Hello. Hey there. My name is Patrick Gruya, and I am the English voice for Kamui and Kamu. hmm A wonderful person named HK sent it to me over Instagram. It's so cute. Thank you very much, HK. Really? Ah, so responsible.
Y'all didn't hear a single word I said. I'm in pain. Ah! Well, let's start this again. Hi, my name's Kamari Hypnos, and I'm the English voice of Wanshu. This is Patrick, the English voice of Kamui and Kamu. And we're here. This is going to be a very short stream today. It's going to be about an hour or an hour 30 because I have other stuff to do outside of this. No, I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you said something, Artem, because I would have not unmuted that whole time. So I am glad that you said something. Thank you. That means that you didn't hear anything I said. Oh, I'm in pain. No, I was literally saying, I was like, hi, B. Hi, March. I was saying hi to you guys. I'm in pain. Okay, it's fine. It's okay. But yeah, it's going to be a short stream today because I have other stuff to do after this stream. So it's just going to be like an hour, hour 30. But I wanted to stream just so I could at least honor my stream schedule and stuff like that. You thought I was being awkwardly quiet? I'm not. You know I'm not awkwardly quiet. I'm the one that usually is the one that does the socializing. I'm the one that initiates the socializing. I'm the ambivert. Okay. All right, enough. We're going to get into this. We're going to start going. We're going to start going. I've only got an hour and an hour 30. All right, let's get it. I don't remember
Are
what
you
characters we were
excited?
playing. Well, actually, no, I remember what characters you were playing. I don't remember what I was playing. Anyways, I know I was the narrator. Actually, do you want to be the narrator this time, Patrick? It's up to you.
No.
You can say no. I got you. The feathered dreamcatcher has hung above Wanshu's bed for many years. Perhaps the dreamcatcher really did work, shielding Wanshu from countless nightmares. When he first woke up in the Star of Life's hospital bed, the chaotic tangle of memories in his mind had already been buried deep within. You can call me whatever, March. People already know that Kamari is Corey. Just whichever you prefer. After a peaceful night's rest at the youth center, he wakes up to face the moment of choosing his future career path. We're starting off so strong already.
Are your exam results out? Did you pass?
In the classroom, Natalie pokes Frank in the back.
I passed the engineering maintenance class. Pello barely made it, nearly failing every time before. He finally passed this time. Though I heard he barely scraped by.
That's more than enough. All he needs now is confirmation from Gestalt and the counselor. Then he can advance his studies at medical school. It'll be fine. Where's Wanshi?
Frank's expression shifts slightly as he lowers his voice.
Wanshi passed the medical school examination, but he submitted an application to work on the ground instead.
Thank you, Marge. I forgot that you didn't hear me say that. I said no, thank you. He just bounces, he moves, he just has a great time all around. Thank you. Also, hi everyone joining. What's up?
Hello.
Last month, the Basic Education Center concluded its final career placement exam for the year. Students submitted their confirmed career choices to Gestalt. Soon, everyone will be going their separate ways. Students who pass their respective career aptitude tests can continue with specialized training at the Education Center, while those who don't may continue studying general subjects until the next unified examination.
Has he lost his mind? Is he planning to work in the conservation area or undergo a construct modification?
Usually, only students who consistently fail their exams and can't find any other career path would consider working in the ground conservation area, or even apply to become a construct.
There's absolutely no need for him to leave the education center. I told him that this morning, but he seems quite determined about it.
The youth center supervisor and teachers would never agree to the...
Hey, have you two submitted your wish lists yet?
Pillow appears behind the two of them and taps on Natalie's desk.
What? What wish list are you talking about?
Weren't you two listening to the supervisor? The philanthropists are organizing one final fundraising event for our coming of age gifts. Is there anything in particular you'd like? I'll compile a list to submit.
You like the frog blinks? That's just my brain processing. Pello has become the leader among the boarding students, naturally taking charge of all related activities. Though in the eyes of many teachers and youth center volunteers, he's nothing but a troublemaker.
I haven't made up my mind yet. Sheesh! Why are you so indecisive? Hurry up and think about it. I need an answer before dinner. Got it?
R.I.P. Purple Pello. Live in our hearts. He's gone. Purple Pello is no
What
longer.
about you, Natalie? What do you want?
Natalie, who has been staring at Pello, suddenly jolts upright as if snapping out of a trance. I know you heard broccoli, didn't you, Artem? He's in the back. He was so quiet last stream, but this time he's like, not this time, Papa.
I don't really want anything special. Maybe a hair clip? You know, one of those with lots of flowers on it. What do you think?
I don't really care. If you want it, I'll try submitting it for you.
Pello turns away, busying himself with recording everyone's excited chatter about the gifts. The children who once gathered to hear Wanshu's tales of the true ground have grown into young adults, while Wanshu, once the center of their attention, now dozes off in the backseat. His body begins to grow upward, and his childish features gradually take on more masculine characteristics.
Hey! Get up!
Pello slams Wanshu's desk so hard that everything on it rattles. Young adult Wanshu? Wanshu slowly raises his head, his eyes remaining shut. What?
Any coming of age gifts you like? It's from the philanthropists.
No. Thud. Wanshu drifts back to sleep. Little jackass. Today is when they confirm their final placement with the counselor. Without guardians to accompany them, a team of charitable volunteers will be there to help them instead.
Once since...
Oh, you go on ahead, take that. Thank God.
Once inside, remember to verify both your placement exam results and the polymer compatibility report with the counselor. Please, please don't make any mistakes.
Last month, in addition to the educational placement exam, all soon-to-be graduate students underwent a Tantalum 193 compatibility test, a requirement for Gestalt's class recommendations. Most of them show high compatibility. It's only natural their results deviate from societal averages, given that many of their parents are constructs who went to war. All metrics in Wanshi's report indicate high compatibility. A line forms in front of the white doors. Wanshi stands at the end, clutching an old personal terminal from Dr. Melvi. He types a few lines, deletes them, and then repeats the process over and over and over. He ponders how to compose his letter. Dear Melvi. No, that's too stiff. Delete. Dear Auntie Melvi. No, I've never been this close to Melvi. If I send this, she might worry something's wrong with me. Despite countless lessons on letter writing in class, he still spends ages editing and re-editing his message. Oh, that was bright! Holy crap! Dear Aunt Melvi. I hope I'm not catching you at work. Please excuse me if this message causes any disruption. Today, I'm meeting with the Career Council to confirm my future path. I've already applied for surface deployment. I know you've always wanted me to stay in Babylonia, but I still want to see the surface for myself because... Please don't worry about me. I want to do my part in the surface operations too. Would you be willing to come to the military district on my departure day, as my family, to see me off? If you could spare time from your busy schedule to attend, I would be very happy. I would be very thankful. Lastly, thank you for taking care of me all those years. I hope that one day I can repay your kindness. It's been 2 or 3 Fuck. No! Oh. Does review... Oh, thank God.
Oh.
It's been 2 or 3 years since we've properly met. Maybe this is too formal. I should revise it. I was like, let me get the text all the way out so I can know what I'm saying. Blink! Wanshi's hand accidentally touches a spot on the terminal. And just like that, the overly formal and cautious message is sent. Dear Aunt Melvi, did you practice your cooking skills while I was at school? That's so mean. Wanshi's heart pounds as he wonders how Melvi will respond to such a request. In the next moment, the terminal beeps again as a new message comes through so fast.
This is Melvi. Below is an automated response.
Oh,
Message received.
that makes sense.
But I am unable to read it at the moment. Sorry.
That makes sense.
I'll respond as soon as I finish my current work. For urgent matters, please go to the pediatric triage desk at the start of life.
Yeah, brother, I don't know. Wanshi cuts off the automated recording playback.
If your placement results differ from your preferences, make sure to discuss it with the counselor.
Wanshi puts away his terminal and looks up again amidst the adult's concerned murmurs. This is why I make sure that they pop up all the way. The text pops up all the way, then I can read it so much better. The line ahead has grown shorter. One by one, those who grew up with him enter through a door, each emerging with a different expression on their face. He leans out of the line, peering through the gap in the white doorway to catch a glimpse of the volunteer counselor seated behind the desk.
Last one, Wanshi?
Here.
You still want to... Go ahead, but think it through carefully.
The volunteer ushers Wanshi through the white door. Now we're in the white room from the Matrix. Oh my God, he's beginning to believe. Wanshi surveys the cramped room once more. 1 desk, 2 chairs, no, 3. In a corner, invisible from outside, sits a man in a white coat, a sight all too familiar to Wanshi from his time at Star of Life. The doctor's name tag on his chest reads Chiron. I've seen you before.
Hello. I'm the head of the Construct Maintenance Department.
Wanshi gives a puzzled look at the doctor. God damn it, this is why I'm making. Wanshi gives a puzzled look at the doctor he recognizes from the emergency center. But Chiron motions for him to sit down first. You'll need to verify something. Oh, this is a doctor from the Star of Life. You might need to take a test with them. But first, we need to confirm your personal information and career path preferences. The counselor puts up a privacy screen. Let me see here. You show compatibility with tantalum 1967 copolymer. Your first recorded activity in Babylonia was at the Star of Life? Were you in poor health as a child? You're gonna take the counselor.
Okay.
Because I'm not being Wanshi, the narrator, and the counselor right now.
Yeah, of course.
Born with deficiencies. Been in pediatrics ever since. Wanshi can now smoothly recite the words Melvi taught him.
Who took care of you?
Dr. Melvi. She's still working in pediatrics.
Very well. Let's confirm your career preference. Do you want to become a construct warrior?
Become a construct warrior and fight. Become a construct and fight for your family and friends. The counselor smiles.
That's from the propaganda. Is that really what you want? Family and friends?
I just want to go to the surface. I'm fine with enlisting as a human soldier. You can check my second choice. Or I could stay at the basic education center until I absolutely have to graduate. Then get assigned to work at the conservation area. Either way works.
I see.
The counselor responds while their finger traces line after line on the privacy screen, as if smoothing out something invisible. What's there to smooth out in such an unremarkable brief life?
Why not carry out your father's legacy?
Who? The counselor speaks a name that Wanshi has never heard before.
Wanshi. How do you say this? place?
Kowloon.
Kowloon. People from Kowloon sure have interesting names.
Got a dad?
Your father was an excellent doctor who saved many lives in Kowloon. His service earned him the right to live in Babylonia. After the punishing outbreak, he chose to sacrifice himself to protect his patients. He was a great man, and humanity will never forget his contribution. As the child of such a hero, have you thought about becoming a doctor like him? Your grades are excellent in every subject, and you even passed the medical school's qualification test. You could aim for something higher, yet here you are.
The counselor searches for the right words.
Yes, mediocrity. That's what you've become. Your parents would never want you to turn out like this.
Wanshi remains silent, still absorbed in the counselor's description of his father.
Is this your first time hearing about this? Don't take it too hard. These situations are quite common, and...
The counselor scrolls down the screen, spots another document, and abruptly falls silent.
There's nothing else to verify here. So, about your application, would you like to reconsider it?
What? You didn't finish. Was that my mother's file? What's wrong with her file? The counselor quickly closes all the documents, stands up from their seat, and gestures for Chiron, who has been listening nearby for a while, to take his place at the desk. Wanshi stands up from his chair as well. Why do all of you make that face whenever she comes up?
All of you?
Melvi knows. The person in charge of my dossiers know, and you know. She's still on the surface, right? Why hasn't she come to see me even once in all these years?
Take a seat. There's still a test that you need to do. There's still a test that you need to do carefully.
Chiron slides a medical school aptitude test in front of Wanshi.
This is just
God dang!
Gestalt?
Yes.
Gestalt analyzes various factors: family background, physical condition, academic performance, aptitude tests, and personal preferences to calculate suitable career recommendations for each student. Our volunteer counselor then makes the final assessment through communication. All this is done to ensure you have the fairest chance possible at making your choice. While personal preferences is the decisive factor in the process, people can sometimes make impulsive choices. That's why we established the Guardian application channel, offering a chance for reconsideration. Wanshi, while children like you don't have guardians, we carefully consider all applications submitted on your behalf by the center. That's how you got this opportunity today. You're still young. Everyone thinks your choice would be such a waste. We don't want you to spend the rest of your life regretting a decision made in a moment of defiance.
Wanshi, fuck. Wanshi takes a brief look, then pushes the question back. Many years ago, his mother simply told him a story about Eden, and then asked if he would like to visit Eden. So everything in Babylonia feels like a waking dream, even though Melvi keeps insisting that Babylonia is reality, and his memories of his mother are mere delusions. Today is the day he decides to break free from his cage.
Yeah!
No, I have no intention of staying in Babylonia.
Why are you so intent on going to the surface?
Wanshi eyes Chiron warily. He is reminded of a tense confrontation from his childhood between Melvi and another doctor. Are you testing me? Do I have something my mother left behind? I don't remember anything about my mother, or any particular moments with her. No matter how much you probe, I don't know anything. And this opportunity must have been arranged by Melvi through the youth center and medical school, right?
You're cautious, but things aren't what you imagine. I hear you and Melvi don't really keep in touch anymore.
Wanshi recalls Melvi's words from when she was adamant about sending him away.
We've put too much burden on your shoulders. That's not good for you. The further you stay away from us, the better.
Hi, Sonny. I haven't seen Melvi in a long time, and of course, I don't need her meddling in my affairs anyway. I'm sticking to my original choice.
That's fine. It's your decision. We can only advise, not interfere.
Good job, Wanshi. Stick to your guns.
So cool.
Wanshi, with such excellent grades, do you really have to go to the surface?
The career counselor and some strange person wanted me to stay in Babylonia, but I refused.
Why would you refuse such an opportunity? If you're thinking of going to the surface just to see the beautiful things, you'll regret it. You've never seen what the punishing can do, and...
But things should get better, right? What about you guys? Are Natalie and Pelo going to medical school together?
No one can talk you out of this. Forget it. I passed the medical school exam, and both the counselor and Gestalt support my direction. Everything's set. After a few years of hard work in medical school, I can intern at related institutions, and of course, my ultimate goal is still the Star of Life.
Your real target isn't the Star of Life. It's Pelo.
La 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 la, I can't hear you, nobody asked you!
As Natalie starts a one-sided quarrel with Frank, Wanshi is satisfied with successfully changing the subject, casually takes a few more bites of food.
Stop hitting me! I
No!
just confirmed my application for engineering maintenance. I don't know which institute I'll be assigned to yet, but the results come out today.
Hi, guys. You haven't missed too much. So the kids are a lot older now. They're basically getting to a point where they're about to graduate, and now they're having to choose their career paths. Wanshi has chosen to go onto the surface, of course, because
Why is this room so
his
dark?
goal.
Can't see anybody.
I don't know, bro. It's so dark. Like I can't see nobody. Like I can see like Frank's neck and his shirt, but that's all you've missed.
Well, I guess we all got what we wanted. But I heard that some people who barely passed their specialization exams had their applications rejected and were sent to work on the ground instead. No wonder I saw someone come out crying.
This is the first I've heard of something like this.
Yeah, at first I thought I'd heard wrong. Thought they were trying to apply despite not meeting the requirements. But even if they barely passed, they still met the standards, right? What reason could there be for rejection?
Did this happen to the commuting students too? Or is it just our applications that are having issues?
Just our applications. People are already speculating about other factors behind the rejections. Something about their parents' occupations. How absurd. As if that's the reason. Wanshi and I don't even know what our parents did for a living.
Yeah. No. Where's Pello?
Huh? Oh, I didn't see him come for lunch.
Upon hearing Natalie's words, Wanshi picks up his tray and leaves in a hurry. Wanshi finds Pello in his dorm room. Pello sits at the desk and shuts off the screen the moment Wanshi opens the door. What are you looking at there, Pello? Have you confirmed your application with the counselor?
Confirmed. Just rejected my medical school application, so I'm heading to the surface next. Simple as that.
You can wait for the next exam. If there's anything you don't understand, I can teach you.
There won't be another chance to take the exam. You know I'm older than you. This is my last opportunity. Guess I won't need to work in the conservation area after all. Might as well just get converted into a construct. Who knows? Maybe consciousness transfer would help me learn faster.
But didn't your scores exceed the medical school's requirements? Why would they reject you? I've never heard of...
How would I know?
Pello's voice rises sharply.
How would I know? That jerk started going on about my parents the moment I walked in. They had the nerve to say I inherited their physical traits, making me perfect for conversion.
Pello, calm down first.
I can't calm down. You're not in my shoes, and I'm not like you. I'm not as smart as you, so I studied my heart out, took test after test, and barely managed to pass the minimum requirements for medical school. That same medical school you wouldn't even look twice at, and they still rejected me.
Something's definitely not right here.
But this is how it turned out. Only now do I realize, while I was desperately trying to escape my parents' fate, everyone else had already decided I should follow in their footsteps and sacrifice everything for humanity's cause. Remember that volunteer at the exhibition hall who started preaching to us out of nowhere? How she called all our families who abandoned us heroes who died for humanity's greater good, and then tried to push us down the same path?
Pello, that was just one person, and Teacher Mecca already dealt with her.
It's not just a few. My fate is all the proof you need. Someone told me today that even Gestalt thinks this way. It's all just data and algorithms making the decisions. Truth is, we orphans grew up reading these feel-good stories that society loves so much, only to become the protagonists of the next one. Those people out there, they love reporting about kids who volunteer for modifications. Sure, but I wonder if they're telling the whole story. Why don't they film me then? Show everyone how I resent being abandoned by my family, how I'm terrified of ending up just like them. What gives them the right to make us accept these algorithms?
Pello's voice gradually chokes with emotion.
I don't want to go to the ground. I don't want to see any constructs. Everyone feels the same way about them anyway. The youth center posts so many commission missions, but how many constructs actually show up to them throughout the year? Haven't you seen how many volunteers and teachers either look down on or fear constructs? Don't tell me you haven't noticed. Even my parents were victims. All constructs share the same fate, ending up in stasis at the construct maintenance department. I can't bear to see it anymore.
Wanshi stares in surprise at Pello, who is choking back tears. Only now does Wanshi finally understand. Just as he still believes his mother is somewhere on Earth, Pello believes his mother is merely in stasis. He finds himself unable to offer any words of comfort. Someone else opens the dormitory door.
Wanshi, you...
Wanshi adjusts his collar while waiting for Frank to catch his breath after rushing over.
Did something go wrong with your application too? Natalie and I just saw your final confirmation. It shows you're going to medical school.
What? That's a genuine reaction for me too. I was like, huh?
Well, that's just great. Now your dream of going to the surface is impossible too.
The wry smile fades from Pello's face as he turns to Wanshi with newfound determination.
Since we're in the same boat now, want to try changing this outcome together? You also have compolymer compatibility. You can undergo construct modification. If we could just switch our paths, both our lives would fall into place, right?
What do you mean?
I have a way. Or rather, someone's willing to lend me a hand.
God, man. Things are getting juicy, brother. They fucking said, nah, you're going to medical school. And I was like, what? At night, in the youth center's hall, a tall construct wanders aimlessly. You won't interfere with applications, interferes. Exactly. They're like, yeah, we won't interfere with applications. Let's just doctor this a little bit. Dooba-da-ba-doo-ba-da-da-da-dee. Stasis is basically deaf for a construct. Yeah, it's just, it's like how doctors are like, oh no, they're just sleeping. No, they're in the eternal sleep, buddy. I wonder if this is how Wanshi end up in construct maintenance instead. That's what I'm guessing. Because we all know that he becomes like the doctor. Not the doctor from Doctor Who, but a doctor. And that'd be fun fan art. That'd be silly. But we don't really know how that happens. So this is very interesting to see. The construct, here to do someone a favor, lets out a sigh while gazing at the artificial sky above. Ah, it's your buddy.
You're going to the youth center again next month? Been on quite a few missions lately. Maybe you should take some proper rest.
I'll still have to go for a few days.
After all these years, that child must be all grown up by now.
I can't help but worry. I heard he wants to get into medical school, but he keeps failing the entrance exam. This semester's probably his last chance. If he fails again, and he has no other plans for his future. If I had kept watch just a little longer back then, his family wouldn't have been sacrificed. I failed to warn them in time. Short Alt pats Sign on the shoulder.
Pet.
There, buddy. Ever since the youth center started accepting construct commissions, this warm-hearted friend has become their rare construct regular. Shortalt is used to it by now. He had gotten accustomed to these requests ever since years ago, when Sign suddenly asked him to collect some bird feathers during a mission. This time, Sign had taken another commission from the youth center, but ended up seriously injured during a ground mission. Shortalt visits the construct maintenance department, and the result is inevitable. Now he's the one who has to worry about Sign. He gazes at the artificial skyline beyond the youth center.
It's already dark outside. Does no one ever take their requests from here? There's so many odd jobs piled up.
After a busy day, Shortalt finally finds a moment to breathe and attend to some business. He plans to ask around about that boy, called Pelo. Sorpelo. As Shortalt approaches, the young staff member, who has been urging the children to bed, awkwardly pulls the curious little ones behind them. You know what's so funny? Every time, since we can't see, Pelo's face, every time the shadow appears, I just imagine, Sorpelo is, the one that Wanshi's talking to. I just imagine, his little avatar there.
Don't tell me the education district's understanding of constructs is still limited to textbooks and FOS college.
Deciding against questioning the visibly anxious woman, he turns down a corridor where two staff members, walking back together, point him toward the youth center's office area. But the person in charge has already left. To find them, he'll probably have to wait until tomorrow. Shortalt stands at the corridor entrance, staring at the darkened rooms within, ready to heave his third sigh of the day. Click! Without warning, lights flicker on in an office deep down the corridor. A boy's head peeks out from the doorway. Shortalt and the boy lock eyes for a brief moment before the latter draws a sharp breath and darts back into the office. He's like, what the fuck? Well, that was weird. In the supervisor's office, a scrawny youth keeps watch at the door, while two other troublemakers fumble with the supervisor's server. Sorry, it just dawned on me what was going on. They're trying to change the thing. Pelo hands Wanshi a black access terminal dotted with glowing lights.
Once we plug this in, we'll have access to the system.
Are you sure it's okay? Changing assignments? That sounds impossible. Why would anyone be kind enough to help us like that?
Obviously, it's people who can't stand this garbage system. You're overthinking it. Some commuting students told me before that they never had to worry about getting into their desired schools. Their families would take care of everything. Tweaking regular grades, forging a professor's recommendation letter, polishing personal information. None of it's hard if you want to do it. Since no one's helping us, we'll have to do it ourselves. Besides, the medical school quota is fixed. Swapping between us two won't affect anyone else. If you're scared, just give me back the infiltration terminal. Can you two hurry up? I almost got spotted by those teachers just now.
Wanshi connects the terminal to the server. The server suddenly lights up with a blinding glow, briefly illuminating the corridor outside the window. The two criminals frantically scramble to adjust the brightness.
She keeps the brightness this high?
It's crazy.
Is she trying to go blind or something?
That's what I'm saying. Shh! Keep it down, Frank. That flash just now. Do you think anyone outside noticed? Frank carefully peeks his head out to check. In the next instant, Frank jerks back as if shocked by electricity.
Outside! What? There's a construct out there. It saw me. Huh? Wanshi, quick, hide!
I haven't gotten into the system yet. Wanshi looks up, meeting a pair of piercing eyes through the crack in the door.
What are you all doing?
Ash babied every single time. In the dim glow of the servers, Shortalt spots Pello.
You're... Grip! Run!
Seizing the moment when Shortalt's attention wavers, Pello grabs Wanshi and Frank, bursts through the door, and makes a run for it.
You've got some nerve.
Pro's about to hunt them down, pulls out the knife, starts waving it, licks it a little bit. but how could a few teenagers possibly outrun a military construct? They barely make it a few meters before Shortalt grabs them by the collars and drags them back. Dang. Shortalt holds one kid in each hand, while Frank stands rooted to the spot before him, no longer daring to run. He studies the blue, purple-haired youth for several seconds.
So you're Pello, huh? Who are you? Alright, forget about the family stuff for now. What were you all doing in there? You're all acting mighty suspicious among us.
They were all seeming a little sus. You started venting. Wanshi's palms grow sweaty as he tightly clutches the terminal he manages to snatch during the chaos.
He's nervous.
Shortalt snatches. He's the imposter, bro. Shortalt snatches the special terminal from Wanshi's hand, his expression darkening immediately after.
Where did you come from? Confess now and I'll go easy on you. Resist and it'll be the hard way.
Oh, well, look at my mod. Coming back in to help moderate. What, did my son leave you? Is that what happened? Did my son leave you? It's okay. You can beat him up for me. I don't know.
Don't give me such a textbook answer. Isn't these few days the time to confirm your career path?
He fixes a stern gaze upon the youths, clearly aware of what they're up to.
Do you realize this could get your admission revoked?
Someone said you sounded like Kamu there for a second. I
Yeah.
am the dark.
I definitely can hear it. I met the requirements. I definitely passed the threshold. Fuck. Gestalt or Gestalt?
Gestalt.
Gestalt. Oh my god, my brain. Gestalt made this decision on its own. I won't become a construct on the surface. Answer me first. Who gave... Oh god, it is him. Answer me first. Who gave you the terminal? Someone who didn't want us to suffer this injustice.
Shortalt confiscates the intrusion terminal and tucks it into his pouch. Then
Give me that shit.
Then methodically shuts down the office equipment and locks the door before leading the three to a quiet location. Wanshi quietly observes the construct, who is now covering up their crimes. He remembers this construct many years ago when he accidentally wandered into the emergency center. It was this same construct who had covered his eyes.
All right, now, tell me everything. What's really going on here?
Well, you see. And that's how I met your mother. In another corner of Babylonia, a small meeting is in session. Currently, you go on, take this guy, it's yours.
Currently, Babylonia's education system is almost entirely public. After entering the Center of Basic Public Education, students continue their studies there before moving on to vocational training systems, connecting with either the medical system, research system, or the FOS military.
That threw me off too, brother. I was like, Siste. I was like, what the hell is... Oh, there's the M.
It's difficult enough to recruit the limited talent It's difficult enough to recruit the limited talent produced by this system, and we need more than just specialists trained in these restricted fields. Whether it's getting Babylonia to permit the construction of private academies or advocating for changes in educational resource distribution, it would benefit all non-public organizations.
You know who you sound like now that I because when you started, you sounded like somebody, and I was thinking, and I was like, You sound like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah,
Whether it's
kinda.
getting Babylonia. Come on. But the current situation is this. Parliament considers the Gestalt-assisted education system to be fair, and any related proposals that were submitted have had their review dates indefinitely postponed. Getting construction rights for a private academy is practically impossible. The best we can do is look for loopholes in the existing regulations.
Flaws are easy to find. Venture into corners hidden from ordinary eyes, expose victims of the current education system, thrust them into the spotlight, and leverage public opinion to fight for their rights.
Where are the vulnerabilities we can find or create?
There's a simple solution. Word is that someone's been tampering with several students' class assignment results. We should hear about it soon. Feed them any fabricated truth, let them feel the deep sting of injustice, and give them a chance to make some noise. They're at just the right age to act on impulse.
I see. What if it doesn't work?
It doesn't work. So what?
The man appears somewhat taken aback.
We're just a few orphans. If it doesn't work, we'll dispose of them. There are countless other methods to try.
Oh man, Mika, why is every single businessman in Babylonia corrupt? Well, I mean, I don't know, guys. I think that there are monsters on the surface, but I think the real monsters are inside of us, you know?
Oh!
I'm just saying, you know, sometimes we got a little devil inside of us, a little monster. You know, it just happens, you know. I mean, look at real life. Anyways, back to this.
There are so many young refugees on the surface who can't even get enough food or warmth. The orphans taken by the center are living well enough already.
Damn. After the failure of the Fate Exchange plan, Wanshi and the others face stern questioning from the construct. Upon learning the general course of events, Shortalt contemplates for a moment before dismissing Frank, who isn't involved in this matter. He said, "You can go, Frank. You can go. Be free. Be free, Frank." His anger seems to have subsided as he studies the remaining two, Wanshi and Pello. An uncomfortable silence fills the air. Finally, he takes the initiative and pulls out 2 pieces of candy from his pocket, from his
Ooh.
bag.
Hey, want some candy? They're liquor-filled mints.
What the hell?
These?
What? Liquor-filled mints?
I need
That's
to Google that. I
that's
wonder if that's a real thing.
I know. Hold on, I want to check that right now. I'm taking a pause. I want to see. I'm so curious. Liquor filled mints. There's liquor filled chocolates that I see. Liquor filled mints. Mint liquor candies. There are.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. What the heck?
Disgusting.
That's definitely interesting. I saw chocolate liquor pop up first, and I saw that one pop up. Yeah, can you even eat these? Yeah. Oh, shit! Ah! Here you go.
Won't eat it. Can't.
No pass, but thank you, sir.
What a pain in the neck.
Shortalt tosses both candies into his mouth and crunches them between his teeth. Hi, Pie!
Oh,
Damn, brother's like... He notices the holes in the children's story. He notices the holes in the children's story and realizes this is likely all a ruse. He pulls out the black terminal he had confiscated from Wanshi earlier.
Is the person who gave you this thing the same one who told you about the truth? No, and the ones helping me are all commuting students from school. Alright then. I'll look into this terminal, and you two should double check your grades with the teachers handling these matters at the youth center. Why are you helping us? You said you were my mother's comrade in arms? Sort of. I knew of your parents, but we weren't in the same squad. Actually, someone else has been keeping an eye on you all this time. I'm just here on their behalf to check on you today. Who knew you'd end up causing such a mess? Who is he?
Pello's eyes widen.
Some things... I think it's better to let him explain them to him. I think it's better to let him explain them to you himself.
Me as fuck, man. Wanshi, who has been silent all this time, suddenly speaks up.
Sign? That construct from the emergency center lobby? The one who tried to take me away?
Oh, I remember now. You're that kid with the sharp tongue from back then. Jeez. How old were you? 4? 5? How can you remember it so clearly?
Hi, Meg. Oh, chocolate with hot sauce.
Ooh.
Interesting. I'd have to try that, but right now I'm gonna be judging that one. Mushy, you're always watching. It's okay. I appreciate the view. It makes me go like, oh, I'm not alone. Okay, all right. Yeah. Pello.
That's all I have to say. Please leave. Thanks.
As Pello grows agitated, Shortalt knows better than to push the matter further. Oh, follower. Thank you for the follow, Meg. You're not dumb. It's okay. You're smart. Mega smart. Ah, ha, ha. Further, and gestures for the two young men to head back and wait for news.
Wait. If you're really willing to help us this much, then could you help me find one more document?
Wanshi stares intently at Shortalt's face, tense from making this additional request. To Wanshi's surprise, this extra request isn't difficult for Shortalt at all. Or rather, it isn't difficult for anyone, except Wanshi himself. The next morning, Shortalt hands the documents to Wanshi.
Take a look yourself. It's not even hard to get these. Even your teachers have access to them. Why were you the only one who couldn't reach them?
The documents labeled Wanshi contains his basic family information and a detailed record of his life over the years.
One parent's a doctor, the other's a researcher. No wonder you're so smart.
Bro got them smart genes in him.
Birth year, date, all correct. The punishing outburst happened, and my mother brought me to Babylonia. Due to severe illness and complications, I stayed in Starvli's pediatric ward. Rehabilitation. My father used to work at Kowloon's Second People's Hospital.
Wanshi scrutinizes every word in the documents, searching for any inconsistencies with reality. Finally, showing Shortalt's finger, his eyes fall upon a name. Zhu.
Wanzu, a researcher, former member of the Science Council. After going to the surface, she was declared missing. There are no other records after that.
Ah, so far PGR is going pretty good. Pretty good. Right now we're going through Wanshi's story. A lot has happened. Allie, hi! Hi. Don't download PGR. It'll download a virus on your device called PGR. Yes, he has a father. His father was a doctor and died in battle and died in combat, saving other people's lives. Blech. Words. Wanchu. He silently moused the name to himself. Wow, son of a bitch. Certain that this is the first time he's heard it. Yet an inexplicable sense of familiarity lingers in his mind. Oh, nice. Marvel Rivals.
Where have I heard this before?
A physical headache suddenly strikes him.
Something wrong?
No.
Really? Don't tell me you're just here to look up your mother's name and take a trip down memory lane.
After a long deliberation, Wanshi makes his choice. He keeps his doubts to himself. Yeah, I just wanted to confirm these things.
Do you need to hide it from me? Your face says there's more to this.
Maybe I do.
Fine. I won't ask about it. Let's get to business.
Used to the youth's hesitation by now, Shortout takes at the black terminal once again.
If a commuting student gave this thing to Pello, you should be wary of your classmate for now. Someone might be pulling their strings from behind the scenes.
What did you find out?
This terminal immersion won't help you breach the system. It'll just trigger alarms. When that happens, the supervisor will follow the alert right back to you two troublemakers at the youth center. Someone's trying to use you for their own agenda at the youth center, but we won't find out much more in just a couple of days.
So, Pello really could have gone to medical school? Really could have gone to medical school, right?
No. The truth in this case has been defined by others. Unless you can find problems through a review, this might as well be your real grades. This isn't just a prank. Whoever did this wouldn't leave any evidence for you to find.
Okay, have fun bouncing between streams, Pie. Zephyr said, I just pulled for my baby girl number 21. And I got Kamui. Yeah, baby, Kamui supremacy. Kamui supremacy. You can't give it a Kamui supremacy. I feel you tried to pull for more lucid dreamers shards, and I got Kamui. Kamui's like, what's up? He's like, what's up, Commandant? He's like, you can't leave me. It's funny. What do you mean?
So now you're headed to medical school, right? It's actually a good path. Much better than going to the surface like you originally wanted.
Are you telling us to give up?
I just want you all to be mentally prepared. Cyan and I will continue to...
I won't give up. We can figure out a way ourselves. With a helpless sigh, Shortout ruffles Wanshi's curly hair.
Sure. Go and talk to your teachers and do what you can. Just don't let anyone fool you again.
Hey, you must think we're unbelievably stupid.
Whoa. Where did that come from? I never thought that way. By the way, where's Pello? Wasn't he supposed to come with you?
He doesn't want to see you.
Is he still holding a grudge against Cyan and his mother's other teammates?
Yeah, looks like he's run out of people to hate.
Yeah, you're right. What about you?
Me?
Do you feel angry too? Hatred towards your mother for abandoning you?
I don't... Shortout gives Wanshi's shoulder a heavy pat, hard enough to make him wince and look up. Damn, he said. Ugh.
It's like spotting some rare creature from ancient Kowloon.
Kowloon.
Goddamn.
From Kowloon.
Damn it. I was worried you wouldn't be able to sleep until... Damn! My face is red. I was worried you wouldn't be able to sleep until I found the files you wanted. Good thing I worked with the rest. You care about it way more than you let on.
Kowloon.
You kids just have to be difficult. If you just want to find someone on the surface, I suggest you think this through again. This isn't about whether you give up on your truth or not. Life on the surface might be very different from what you imagine. I've seen many kids from your youth center go down there. Quite a few of them ended up regretting it. All right. Go tell Pello that the youth center is aware of the situation and investigating. I'll explain things to the relevant departments. From now on, don't believe anything anyone tells you. And don't cause any more trouble. You won't always have someone around to clean up your mess.
Shortout somehow produces another piece of candy from somewhere and places it in Wanshi's hand. Where are you storing that? I can't eat those.
Here, take it. Don't worry, it's not liquor filled this time.
There we go.
He carries multiple?
Bro said, I got liquor, I got regular. After bidding farewell to Shortall, Wanshi fiddles with the candy in his hand, pondering how to explain the situation to Pello when the supervisor suddenly calls out to him. What? Aunt Melvie is here? Melvie hasn't changed a bit since he last saw her. Her temper is still as fierce as ever as she slams her lunchbox onto the dining table with unbridled fury.
I heard you almost turned down your chance to go to medical school. Why don't you want to go? Didn't you pass the qualification exam? And every time I visited, didn't I tell you over and over to apply to medical school?
With just 2 sentences, Melvie crushes whatever excitement remained in Wanshi's heart. Damn. I don't want to go to medical school. I already rejected the offer. And the exam? You were the one who made me take it.
Do you really not understand why I want you to do as I say?
Wanshi probably understands why Melvie is angry. When Melvie had asked him to read more medical books and try taking the medical school entrance exam, he had done everything as told. His outright refusal to both the volunteer counselor and Chiron marks the first time he has ever truly defied Melvie since childhood. No wonder she's shocked and angry. Wanshi is no longer the child who would cry, "Please don't abandon me." Instead of apologizing immediately like he used to, he chooses to talk back. Of course I don't understand. You never told me why. Wanshi avoids Melvie's gaze. His mind drifts to the information he just got from Shortall. It was the first time he had ever learned his mother's name. He knows Melvie probably cares about him more than anyone else in this world, yet he still can't understand her years of secrecy and deliberate distance. They wouldn't tell me anything, claiming it was to protect me, making me lie, making me forget. You told me to forget about my mother, and I did for many years. But I've never lied. No child could sleep for so many years and wake up knowing everything. Mother really did teach me in my dreams. My memories aren't deceiving me. Right?
Why bring this up all of a sudden?
Sudden? I've wanted to know about this for so long. I keep wondering why. Why you and everyone else have been keeping secrets from me. Like that counselor the other day. He had files on both my parents and told me my father was an excellent doctor. But when it came to my mother, he wouldn't say a single word more. He dodged the topic right in my face. And that professor from the medical school too. You're all hiding things from me. So I decided to find out for myself.
Wanshi?
Yeah. I just found it a moment ago. Wanshi hands over a paper document with his name written at the top. So this is the truth. Wanshi places the documents in front of Melvie. Her name was Wanshu. She was a researcher who disappeared after leaving Babylonia, leaving me behind in your care. All these things about myself that I can't make sense of, I think she left them behind for me. The confused memories and those dreams. Aunt Melvie, I've done everything you asked of me. I'm going to study at medical school and live a normal life in Babylonia. Everything will go as planned. So now, can you tell me where my mother went? Did she screw up during her research? A wave of sadness suddenly washes over Wanshi. And who am I? Am I just her test subject? Baby boy.
Yeah!
Let's see, what time is it? We can do one more. We can do one more. No gameplay today, I guess. The transport aircraft cruises steadily through the air. I love the music getting all happy all of a sudden after that dramatic ass scene. While most people in the cabin rest with their eyes closed from exhaustion, Melvie's gaze remains fixed on a woman sitting diagonally ahead of her. The woman has cow-long features, but straight silver white hair. She appears young, cradling a small bundle in her arms. Oh boy, have fun, Patrick. Melvie had siblings of her own, though they were all lost in the punishing disaster. She knows an infant shouldn't stay this motionless for so long.
Sleep, sleep.
The woman rocks the swaddled infant as gently as waves cradling a small boat. She raises her hand again to pat it gently, her movements somewhat stiff and awkward.
It's her first time taking care of a child?
Melvie watches her with concern before finally deciding to step forward and help.
Hello?
The woman sitting diagonally ahead cautiously tilts her head, glancing at Melvie without a word.
Would you like to take a break? I can hold the child for a while. I have younger siblings at home too. I'm Melvie. I noticed you haven't let go of the baby since before we boarded. Thanks, but I'm alright.
The vehicle suddenly shudders, sending passengers stumbling in all directions. The woman clutches her child tightly as her safety belt yanks her back into her seat. Damn. The blanket comes loose, revealing the infant's face. The child must have survived an explosion with its family. The skin bears scrapes from gravel, and what little undamaged skin remains glows an unhealthy red. It's clearly burning with fever.
The baby!
Everyone in the transport aircraft turns to look at Melvie. The silver-haired woman's hands tremble as she hastily wraps the blanket around the child.
Wounds were treated before we boarded. It's just, he's very sick. But he's still alive. He's using his father's slot too. We aren't taking up any additional space.
The woman's head hangs low, utterly exhausted.
He must go to Babylonia. Let me save him. Please.
If that was the end of the chapter, that'd be so funny. Melvie never expected to run into that mother from the transport aircraft so soon again. I know Wanshi's his genes said, anyways, have fun. He said, have fun, build a baby.
Hello, I'm Melvie, the one from Koch Biological Research Institute.
Nice. Melvie places her new ID badge on the desk for the staff to verify. Oh, hello, someone followed. Thank you for the follow, Mushy Foxy. I see you and Mega bullying each other. Y'all are bullying each other so much. It's okay. I know y'all know each other. Reaches forward to gently place down another ID badge. Another hand, pale and thin, reaches forward to gently place down another ID badge. No.
Oh, it's you. From the transport aircraft earlier. You're also working on construct research?
The woman gives a slight nod.
Pleased to meet you. God, tell me again.
Kowloon.
Kowloon. You're from Kowloon, right?
There
I
you
didn't
go.
know Kowloon had research projects in this field. What's your specific
You're
focus?
eating, Patrick. You're eating.
The human brain and its connection to the construct mind.
Melvi recognizes that familiar exhaustion on Wanshu's face. Wanju. There we go. Wanju's face. She means to leave it at that, but can't help thinking about the baby from that day. Wanju.
About your child. Have you found someone to take care of them?
At the mention of her child, a trace of sorrow crosses Wanju's face.
Thank you for asking. He's at the star of life. He still hasn't woken up yet.
I keep thinking
He's
of the
so
infant
young.
from that night.
I don't even know if he'll make it through this. I'm sorry.
It's just an infant. It's just a boy. Wanju shakes her head with gentle detachment and walks straight into the work area. I know, right? Even the little mole is like there. Oh, shit. Since the punishing outbreak, humanity's front lines have been pushed back repeatedly. Our flesh and blood cannot withstand the virus's corruption. We desperately need stronger soldiers on the battlefield. The scientists carrying the lamps decide to delve deeper into a proposition from the end of the Golden Age. Constructs. Their modest progress is like the lamp they hold, a faint light in the dark cave, showing them the way forward. Dr. Kowloon takes the first step forward, leading a group of students to the moon, where they begin research on the construct core inverse device at the lunar base. Mind-related technology is another crucial component, drawing the largest number of researchers to the project. That year, researchers from around the world were sent to Eden, humanity's safest haven, as the Science Council launched a joint research initiative with ground-based research institutes to study construct mind. Though the research was never made public, pioneers have already carved their findings into stone. Human memory, memory data conversion, construct mind, memory duplication, and recall. Stone carving will become a historical record documenting the early development process of construct tech. This is tough. Battle takes a massive toll on our construct resources. According to the statistics, the average attrition rate for standard constructs reaches 43% within their first month of deployment. While constructs possess superior combat capabilities compared to human soldiers, such a high attrition rate means our investments are going to waste. Worse still, punishing infection and mind deviation can turn them into new threats. We attempted to use remote connection pods, but their effectiveness in stabilizing the mind proved extremely limited. Some connection operators even developed severe memory trauma. Enhancing the inverse device's resistance to punishing, preserving construct memory data even after frame failure, and achieving safer and more efficient construct connection control. These technological upgrades are crucial for our ground operations. The counselor turns to another corner of the room where representatives of the Science Council are seated. Never mind the inverse device. How long has the Science Council been working on construct mind research alone? The Council needs to disclose your current research progress and interim findings to us. Take the recall branch, for example. As far as I know, we can barely manage the mind. We can barely manage mind extraction, and it's far from being universally applicable, let alone achieving actual recall capabilities. What about the other projects? Thank God. Get out of here, brother.
Wanshi, we've hit a bottleneck, haven't we? Without suitable test subjects, we can only go so far with our current data.
Wanju contemplates for a moment.
Group 3's observations of the special constructs mind patterns have yielded some interesting findings. Special constructs?
Wanzu pulls up a set of data.
You probably don't know this. Special constructs refers to constructs that were modified during childhood. I attended the last conference that brought back the experimental details and data. You can take a look. Huh? Most of them underwent modification when their brains were still developing. Group 3 conducted connection tests using the connection pods. Current results show that they have lower rejection rates toward artificially synchronized data, resulting in more stable connections. Their minds could serve as a foundation for various research directions, such as new memory connection methods and mind deviation treatments. Some have already proposed theoretical frameworks. They are currently our finest test subjects.
Melvi's expression grows serious.
No, Wanshu, don't tell me you're...
Wanzu closes the data files.
You're overthinking it. I haven't reached the point of deliberately creating test subjects yet. The special constructs currently available for our project team are all child constructs that Babylonia has incorporated from the surface. Most of them have yet to reach mental maturity. Even with continued education to compensate, most of them must maintain their childlike forms forever to prevent mind deviation. It's unlikely they'll ever develop a proper sense of self-identity. The Science Council won't permit such inhumane modifications. They've already rejected all related research. Just a minor setback. We'll have to consider other ways to advance the experiments. I am afraid we're running out of time. If no miracle happens and we still can't make progress with our experiments, our entire team and all the laboratories under our supervision on the surface will be disbanded. We've already proposed cutting our funding in the last meeting.
Yeah, this is a part of Luna's lore as well, because Luna was one of those children.
If we do get disbanded, which team are you planning to go to? Doesn't matter, as long as I can continue my mind research. By the way, why are you so persistent about the mind experiments? For Wanshi.
The word slips from Wanzu's lips without a moment's hesitation.
Wanshi? Your son?
In all the time Melvi has known Wanzu, this is only the second time she has mentioned their child, and the first time she revealed the child's name. A dim suspicion begins to form in her mind.
Could it be that you're using these experiments? Find a way to wake him up? But what does this have to do with construct mind? Couldn't you seek help from human medical professionals instead?
Wanji stands up and walks to the control panel at the back.
We'll leave it there for now. Let's get back to work. Before we officially disband, we can organize all the experimental data transmitted from the ground research facilities. Even if we can't use it anymore, it might serve as reference material for future researchers.
A mother's love. Several months have passed since that conversation with Wanzu. Scientific research isn't always smooth sailing, quite the contrary. In the final months, the miraculous breakthrough they had fantasized about never materialized. Instead, everyone only became more certain of their stagnating progress. Calling it a failure would be putting it mildly. Some, having learned of the group's imminent disbandment, have already left voluntarily to seek opportunities elsewhere. The situation on the ground is growing dire. Despite their numerous protective measures, the ground facilities cannot escape the punishing threat. research facilities maintaining contact with Babylonia are disappearing one after another. The steadily decreasing data transmissions indicate these research facilities have reached an unsustainable state. Occasionally, a research facility would suddenly upload all their current data, followed shortly by news reaching Melvi of the entire facility's personnel perishing. A suffocating tension spreads among those who remain.
This is Wanzu, making the final communication for today. I will proceed to collect research data from all ground-based facilities shortly.
Wanzu establishes connection with the few remaining ground facilities. With staff shortage, she now has to personally handle all communications with the research facilities. Only static crackles through the communication channel, while the staff on the ground silently process their final tasks. Melvi approaches with a troubled look, giving Wanzu giving Wanzu a gentle tap on the shoulder. I can read.
Wanzu, we've lost contact with the research facility on the edge of the Arctic Union route. I'm sending you the details. Take a look at this. I haven't received any reports of corrupted attacks at these coordinates, but all my recent communication attempts have failed. The military might not have notified us yet. For now, retrieve all the experimental data they've transmitted this month. I've been collecting and processing their lab data myself. They've been producing excellent results lately, the best among our remaining facilities.
Melvi pulls up several data reports. Wanzu quickly scrolls through them to the final pages, then freezes at certain lines. Wanju's brow furrows as she studies the text, then returns to review the earlier detailed data.
Their test subjects' mind readings are all stable. The quality is exceptional, even meeting our requirements for new connection testing. Yes, one of the few pieces of good news we've had lately. Where did they get their test subjects from? Huh? They signed consent forms, all the volunteers. Wanzu?
Wanzu's mind drifts away until Melvi's voice brings her back to reality.
Keep these data safe. We'll need them later. No problem. I'll continue checking to make sure they're secure. That won't be necessary, Melvi.
I can't let you do that, Hal. The internal comms channel of Babylonia comes alive, a channel that has never once delivered good news.
Ground Recon has reported in. A research facility along the Arctic Union route was attacked by the corrupted. All test subjects inside were infected and have been eliminated. As for the researchers...
Melvi's body jolts at the words "have been eliminated."
Can we still access their internal files?
The evacuation was urgent. The recon team only brought back one person from the Institute. The transport aircraft just landed at the port. Wait, what? They left the airfield already? Did they even complete decontamination? Sorry, one moment. I need to verify something. Hey! I've been telling you there are major security holes in your airfield's entry and exit protocols.
Melvi, end the call. Check if they've transmitted any detailed files about the test subjects. The test subjects? Yes, I'll look for... Wait, what's wrong with the test subjects?
Everything.
Unless they're facilitating data to avoid disbandment, readings like these could only come from special constructs. What?
Not just Melvi. The researchers behind her all turn to stare at Wanzu after hearing his words. Wanzu rises from her seat, straightens her collar with a quick movement, and prepares to leave.
I need to see the person the recon team brought back.
I'm right here. A disheveled middle-aged man walks in, followed by staff members hurriedly processing his authorization. His lab coat was confiscated at the spaceport. Now he's only wearing a tattered thermal shirt, his hand clutching something tightly. He extends his open palm, revealing an intact data storage device stained with dark red marks. Whether it's blood or vital fluid remains unclear. Oh, it's you. You're back again. Go right on ahead, Patrick. You're just eating it up this chapter.
I am Chiron, the latest survivor from the Oh my god.
Zel-
Zelenograd?
I don't know, bro. Zeleno, Zelino. I don't know, man. Whatever you
Zelenograd
pick.
Laboratory.
All right, we're going to keep with Zelino. Chiron's expression is a mix of sorrow and rage. After observing him for a few seconds, Wanshi decides to ask her question bluntly.
Where did those test subjects come from? You approved this, didn't you? And now that things have gone wrong, you're trying to wash your hands of it. Well,
Chiron glances at the speechless Melvi and lets out a scornful laugh.
what's with that look on your face? Don't tell me you're only realizing this now. You could have stepped in to fix this at any point along the way.
He lifts up the storage device.
The experiments weren't progressing, and we didn't want to be disbanded. The experiments needed stable mind samples, so we took the quickest solution available. Based on the observation data you submitted about children constructs mind, we modified children under 10 years old, attempting to directly transfer human consciousness into construct mind.
Melvi speaks in disbelief.
Children under 10? Children constructs were wrong from the very beginning. Our observations were never meant to help you deliberately create more test subjects. Our intention was to help. Your good intentions have long since become nothing but a weapon in our hands. These contain evidence of our inhumane experiments. I will submit them to the Science Council. For any ambiguous details, I'll cooperate and provide additional information. I knew dissolution was inevitable. But now that I'm the one who exposed this, what follows will likely be far worse than a simple disbandment. Compared to those unachievable success. God damn it. Compared to some unbelievable success. Can't bear what might... Oh my god. I'm a little dyslexic.
It's okay. I am too, bro.
I can't bear what's right before my eyes. This slaughterhouse I built with my own hands.
With your own hands. He straightens his tattered clothes as if trying to piece together what remains of his conscience.
Let it be. None of us will come out of this with our dignity intact. And if the Science Council decides to go public, we might even become villains in the eyes of others. The Zelenograd laboratory under Group 4 has been destroyed, and all key personnel involved in the children's modifications are dead. I was just an assistant who wasn't deeply involved. The regular researchers might also get away with it. But as for...
Chiron looks at Wanshi, who remains expressionless.
I'll take responsibility for this. But there are other matters oh my god. But there are other matters I need to discuss with you. Go ahead. There shouldn't be any large-scale corrupted attacks near the Zelenograd laboratory. I want to know if the corrupted first appeared from within your facility. Was it you? You want to blame me, don't you? From the moment I realized what kind of experiment I was involved in, I became a sinner. At this point, I couldn't care less about what other crimes are added to my name.
He gives up trying to fix his appearance and leaves with the arriving military personnel.
Ooh.
Things are getting spicy. A month later, Wanju stands before a patient room at the end of the Star of Life's corridor, watching as Melvi approaches. Dark circles mark Melvi's pallid face, showing her lack of proper rest.
I hear you're thinking of transferring to the Star of Life. Yes, but it's not that simple. Are you trying to save others to make up for your guilt? What's done is done. You need to face reality. How am I supposed to accept this? If only I had understood more. Only I had asked you more about the data. Maybe things wouldn't have come to this. I've seen the footage Chiron brought back. Those children were forced to transform into constructs, only to die in the connection experiments. All for better experiment results. They forcibly turned children into constructs, when our research was meant to ensure humanity's survival. How dare they talk about preserving humanity when they're killing children?
Yeah, sounds like business people. Wanju answers Melvi with nothing but silence.
Can't sleep at night. You, me, and everyone in the project who was involved in this, we all need to atone for what we've done.
In the stifling atmosphere, Melvi takes a moment to compose herself.
Let's talk about something else. I don't ever want to bring this up again. What about you? You didn't call me here just to ask how I've been doing, did you? I'm planning to leave Babylonia. Someone wants me to continue my research at a facility on the ground. So I'd like to ask you to look after Wanshi for me.
Melvi lets out a long sigh. Go to sleep, Mega. Go to bed. Take a nap.
So that's why I was called to the Star of Life. Wanshi's inside?
Wanshu pushes open the ward door.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Artificial sunlight streams through the corridor. Artificial sunlight streams through the corridor windows into the ward. As Melvi takes a step forward, she beholds a sight that will forever be etched in her memory.
This.
The small child lies on the bed, arranged like a specimen. His skin and flesh, once lost to disease and injury, are now growing back with desperate intensity. Various machines pierce his body, maintaining his vital signs. A life hanging by the thinnest of threads. An oversized respirator covers his face, while mysterious patches on his head connect to a device at the bedside, one that Melvi finds eerily familiar.
He survived, but you saw his condition on the transport aircraft. The Star of Life staff told me he might never wake up again.
Welcome back, March.
Even with our advanced medical technology, there's nothing we can do. No technology today can save him. Despite my best efforts, all I managed to save was an empty shell. Man, I won't accept this.
Man. Wanshu's words echo Melvi's own sentiments.
I want to save him. I came up with a solution, and I've already tried it on him.
Wanshu points to the device beside the hospital bed.
Tell me you made it.
Hold on a second. I skipped one on accident.
Look familiar?
There we go.
Don't tell me you made all of this. This thing that looks like a remote connection pod. And all these tubes. These devices on his head. I did. Are you really using mind research to find a solution for him? What exactly are you trying to do? Turning him into a construct? No. In his condition, there's no way he could survive the modification process.
A bitter smile crosses Wanshi's face.
So, this is the recall you were trying to achieve.
Wanshi's silence leaves Melvi stunned.
Have you lost your mind? Aren't you afraid his condition will worsen? No. I stopped being afraid long ago, Melvi. Every single step I took with him was an all-or-nothing gamble. How does it work? Has it been effective? I'm sorry, but I can't explain it yet. Everything I have right now is just speculation that still needs to be verified. I can't access the other Project Recall groups anymore, so that opportunity on the ground, can't let it slip away. If he wakes up, that means I succeeded. If he remains in his coma, and I don't come back, please, don't give up on him. Why are you talking like he'll never come back? Because I actually don't plan on coming back. Consider this journey as a life traded for a life. I can't really explain it to you.
Oh shit, did I skip something? Oh no, okay, great. The conversation with Wanshi on the transport aircraft that day suddenly flashes through Melvi's mind.
He's still alive. Let me save him, please.
Just like that moment, Wanshu now stands at the edge of a cliff, desperately begging for Melvi's support. Melvi had always cherished her family. She wonders if they too had begged others, or fate itself, for another chance, just like Wanshi was doing now when the punishing claimed their lives. Back on the transport aircraft, hadn't she also shed tears when she held that tiny bundle, feeling a warmth in her arms she hadn't known for so long?
Tell me what I need to do. I don't know exactly what she did to you. I just maintained the equipment as she instructed. But I am the best candidate to look after you. After all, no other doctor is as familiar with these laboratory exclusive devices as I am. And just like that, she was gone for years, and you woke up.
Before I woke up, my memories.
Yes, I've been honest with you from the very beginning. Those events never actually happened. They were just dreams she crafted for you.
Damn.
After you woke up, you could speak like other children your age and had common knowledge. At first, I was shocked. I couldn't tell if she had actually achieved some form of recall, or if she had implanted memories through other means. But soon I had no time to dwell on such thoughts. You know what happened after that.
The image of that gun pointed at himself flashes through Wanshi's mind.
The nightmares you described. I know exactly what they are. The corrupted. So what Wanzu did must be far more complicated than it seems. She woke you up, but in doing so, she also put you in danger. I suspect it's got to do with Project Recall. Not only were they watching you, but they also started investigating my background. When they discovered that Wanzu and I were both part of the disbanded group, they began monitoring me too. None of these are good signs. So I made my decision.
Melvi gives a bitter smile as she looks at Wanshi, who still cannot come to terms with the truth.
I've never been a clever person. I couldn't protect my own family, couldn't make any scientific contributions, and was so careless that I caused innocent children's deaths. I never even understood why Wanshu was thinking. All I could do was try my best to do what I believed was right. At the time, I had only one thought in mind: to protect you and let you live a normal child's life in Babylonia. I lied to you, saying they were just dreams. I adamantly refused to let you mention them, all because I wanted to keep you away from any whirlpool that might drag you in, away from Wansu, and even away from me. I'm sorry. When you were little, you followed me everywhere. You must have thought I was reliable, right? But I wasn't just some oh my God!
Pediatrician.
Pediatrician. Once in a while a word pops up. I can't say adrenaline.
Don't worry, I look and I'm like, oh yeah, pediatrics, and I would have also been like pediatrician, and I was like, oh wait.
But I wasn't just some pediatrician working hard to save lives. Everything I did was for atonement. With each child I saved, the weight on my shoulders became a little lighter. You were also part of my atonement. I've been forcing my protection on you all this time, completely disregarding your wishes, taking it upon myself to shield you. There are no noble reasons here, Wanshi. No one is a hero. I only wish to atone for my sins and fulfill what Wansu entrusted to me.
Melvi takes a deep breath.
At least it's all coming to an end now. Though I've been stationed at the Star of Life and haven't been involved with the Project Recall since then, I still heard things. The recall system has likely been realized, and they're probably planning to implement it on a massive scale. People have abandoned their obsession with that project. The attention you received as potentially the first to achieve special recall should gradually fade away too. I'm not here to reprimand you. Over these years, you've sent me 57 messages. I knew about each one. I also knew I was the one depriving you of your right to choose freely.
Hearing the first half of the sentence, Wanshi feels a lump forming in his throat.
This won't happen again. This is the last time. I promise. But I still hope you'll listen to me for just this final time.
Melvi looks into Wanshi's eyes earnestly, as if there are countless words she cannot bring herself to say.
You are the salvation for many. Wansu once said that everything she did was to keep you alive. You can accept this miracle that belongs to you alone. Consider everything since your awakening at the Star of Life until now as the second life Wansu has given you. I'm no different. I never wanted you to achieve great things. I only wished for you to live safely as an ordinary person. You're becoming an adult now, ready to handle the truth. Now that you understand everything others have fought for on your behalf, please don't waste it. Don't take any risks, okay?
you're saying this. And Short Out also.
I heard you submit an appeal to the youth center. Withdraw it. I already asked Professor Chiron to prepare a recommendation letter for you. As for the others, don't concern yourself with them. Don't get involved. Just know that every step you're taking now is the right one, carefully prepared by all those who sacrifice for you.
It's not really fair. Melvi slides the familiar little lunchbox in front of Wanshi. Wanshi opens the lid to find the same blackened mass that has remained the same for years.
Don't waste it.
Her cooking remains unchanged over the years, just as she stubbornly conceals the truth until she deems it safe to reveal. Melvi is the most obstinate person he has ever known. Unlike before, Wanshi doesn't force himself to swallow it. He pushes the little lunchbox back, a refusal.
Very well. You don't have to force yourself to eat something you don't like. Wanshi, this will be the last time. From now on, no matter what happens, you'll make your own decisions.
As if accepting the rebellion of the teen, Melvi gently notes that this will tie in with his growth. She puts away the lunchbox, bids farewell one last time, and leaves.
Aw, man,
Damn.
my opinion of her has gone down so
I
low.
know, I'm like, oh man, Melvi.
She doesn't care. She just feels guilty.
I know, and I was like, oh, she's taking care of him because she cares about him. No, she's taking care of him because she has her
Damn.
own kind of guilt, her own kind of sin, man. So she's like, if I take care of this kid, then I'll feel better. Right? That's how this works, right? That puts everything in like a whole different context, dude. Man. And now, man, what sucks to me is that like Wanshu is now like he doesn't really have a choice in anything. He's kind of just like forced on this role. Like it's just like he's like, I want to do this, I want to achieve my own goals. And then they come in, they're like, no, they're like, no goals for you. No goals for you.
The story's so sad.
I know. And we're only at 8 of 26.
Damn.
We have so much more. So much more. But this is where I'm going to call it. I said this stream was going to be an hour or an hour 30. And you want to know something so funny? At the hour 15 mark was when I clicked this one. So this sucker took a while to read through. It's almost an hour 51 now. Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. Patrick, go on ahead and say where they can follow you at, and go right on ahead.
You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram. It's just my name, Patrick Gruya. I try to tweet more often. I'm a little introverted. I'm trying to be a little bit more out there. But yeah, that's where I will mostly post all the stuff that I'm doing. So follow me there.
Hells yeah. Make sure to go follow him. All right, guys. Well, I'm done. No more. But I will definitely be streaming more of this again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm glad that you were here with me. It makes reading way easier. Way
I'm
easier.
really bad at it.
I know. Well, guess what? I'm also somewhat really bad at it, so it works out.
We get paid to read.
Exactly. We get paid to read and act, and sometimes it's stuff that we see for the first time that day. So we must be doing something really good at our jobs. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out. I'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye.